to the Meeple Marathon. I am beyond excited to unbox Arydia, the Paths We Dare Tread today. This is from Far Off Games, who have brought us Zaya Legends of a Drift system. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is going to be one of, if not the most overproduced game you are going to see this year. We have been waiting a long time for this, but this is not one that things have just fallen off the radar or properties have passed hands several times. This one was just so much effort was put into this game that it just took a while, and that's fine. And I'm just blown away that it's finally here. I'm gonna even see if we can get this lid off here without bumping everything, and I can't. So hold on. All right, so we got the lid off, and it's would be very difficult to show you because there's stuff that would slide off, but around the edges here, maybe we can push it back just a little bit here. Oh my lord. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, but there's pictures along here of how to get everything back in the box, and then all of this and both sides of this, and let me see, yes, the entire back side is the names of all of the backers. So my name is on here somewhere. We'll see if we can find it later, and I'll post a picture or something like that. But whew, for now, let's just take a look at this is a storage nerd like me's dream come true. And there's a tiny little Cody Miller punch out right here, which is hilarious. Anyways, I'm like giddy with excitement. There is not going to be any spoilers here. This is a campaign style game, but I will probably show you things that you would encounter like in the quick start or in the first mission or something like that, because I do want you guys to see some of the stuff going on here if you are unfamiliar with what's coming at you. So here we have the full rule book for Arydia. Get lots of play space out into the open. This game is not going to be for the faint of heart. There is a lot going on here. A lot of character development, a lot of specific like how you attack is very specific, in the direction in which you attack from. Nice big quick reference on the back, as well as some icons. So I really like how they've done this here. Index, quick reference on the back. I'd be okay with that on the inside page, but looks like they have some additional stuff. There's a soundtrack out there, but then, you know, just some other stuff that's, it's a great, very made use of a lot of space there on the back. Quick start guide. They are telling everyone, start here. Don't bother reading the rule book. They're going to get you a good chunk of the way there just by going through the quick start guide here. So I don't want to spoil too much here, but there's that. And then we have a all of these different paths. So depending on who you choose, yeah, we have 4 different paths. Is it just 4 or is it more? It's more. It's more than that. 5 or 6 maybe. But yeah, here you can see them all. Path of Arcana, Path of Wandering, Path of Light, Path of Inspiration, Path of Valor. This gives you like everything to break down how you should be doing combat, what you're good at. These are all like reference pages, but they are specific to each path. Oh, and then Path of Shadow, I left one behind. So there's 6. So awesome, like leaflet style pamphlet here, reference for you to give that player, and it is specific to their path, which is kind of like their class. Gives them direction. All right, we've got some punch outs here. Again, this is the designer of the game, and it's a teeny tiny little teardrop of his face, which is hilarious. So we have got here, you're going to be naming your characters here. Nothing is you know, in paper, everything's in nice thick cardboard here. But you can see, depending on the race you pick, you can pick, you know, male or female, and all of these different versions, various names and backgrounds, and these things are popping out real nicely here. You know, actions here, you can see everybody's going to get a starting action depending on your race. A whole bunch of these tiny little check marks. But this, we're not here to necessarily show off a ton of cardboard. I mean, there is going to be a ton of cardboard, but wow, look at that. So everybody's going to be growing in their different stats here. So just, you know, this is a RPG, a role-playing game, in a board game. So you're going to be building up your strength, your dexterity, intuition, wisdom, charisma. I'm not sure what N stands for. Let me see, is it backside? Yeah, so yeah, strength 1 flips over to strength 2, 3, 4, things like that. You're not just skipping in odd numbers. Here we have some starting equipment. You know, practice shirt, practice pants. So you can see it's providing you this one defense, but only in a very specific location. I mean, just everything about this game is just so detailed. But now that we have unveiled the beauteousness, yeah. So the lid doesn't even come close to closing on the box right now. Do not open until directed. Do not open until directed. So we're not going to open these. Well, but we are gonna do this. And I'm gonna flip this open. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It's like an advent calendar for adults, for nerds. I mean, this is amazing. Each one of you don't have to figure out how to store your monster figurines and organize them. They are right here for you in this little box, pre-labeled. I mean, I'm speechless. I've known what's coming here, and I'm still just speechless. So, yeah. We have a whole nother figurine box here. These are all going to be the enemies, because here, oh my goodness, everything in this box is pre-painted, guys. I mean, I could get started on this right now, but look, each one of these body styles can be paired with any one of these heads. There is a male and female of all the different races. And then this is like, you choose your path, and then you choose your race, you choose a male or female. And oh my goodness, this is gonna be amazing. We're just gonna pick this tiny little head here. I mean, it's so tiny, but it's already painted, and it's just gonna slip in right. I don't want to break it. Well, maybe I just have to press a little harder. There we go. It did take a little bit extra. So, I mean, obviously, like, it looks like he's got a flesh-colored hand there. But, I mean, what if I want a green-skinned orc head? I mean, I could do it. I know they did say they didn't want these to just be heads rolling and popping off all over the place, but, man, that's in there. But there, it came out. It's good. Everything's nice and secure. And it looks like there is enough room to store your head on your figurine and put them back in the box between games. So, I mean, that's just amazing. Oh, I really like this one with the bow and arrow. See, the orc would look amazing on that body. And at the end of the day, it's your game. If one of these doesn't feel like it belongs to a specific path, then you just pick a different one. I mean, just this is not a. This does not look like some kind of robot painted these. These look hand painted. I could be wrong, but like there's a wash on them. I mean, it's amazing. Amazing. All right. So everything in those figurine boxes, again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but everything in there is also pre-painted, pre-organized, pre-painted. So there's all these spots here, and we'll just start with, ooh, I knocked over something. We'll just start with A1 here. So you can see if I push over here, nothing. But when I push right here, pops off, enables me to flip it around here and stick it back down. So I don't know if that's where we start. Felt like A1, but there you can push it back in and it lays flat. So you can be exploring areas and then lose the path. You know, your reach only goes so far. So this is all the areas that you're going to be exploring, but this is the very broad map. And then you're going to go zoom into detail with more, you know, maps that you can move your miniatures around on. But I mean, that's just really cool. It's like a three triple layer board there. Just everything had so much thought into it. I'm not sure what this is holding, but we'll get to that in a second. So each of your paths, again, is going to have one of these separate boxes here. And so you don't have to create your character to look like this, but you're going to give whoever is playing this character this little tuck box. And look, everything is already in here. There's a spot for everything. Spot for your D20 markers specific to your color. And then your kind of starting cards here. I mean, how, oops. So there's plenty of room in here for more cards. I wouldn't advise sticking your miniature in there, but almost feels like you could if you really wanted to. But each path has its own box here. I mean, I'd be here all night if I went through all of this ad nauseum. So let's see what else we have here. We even have, each path has, look at this, it's like a little chest. Ba-ba! And inside you have your starting equipment. So I take it back. What we saw earlier was not necessarily starting equipment. It's not much. Moldy pauldron, scuffed pauldron, rotting shield, jagged spear, and notched sword. It tells you on the back what they do. But this is how you like store your gear. So they not only give you a tuck box, but they gave you a tiny little like treasure chest. Look at that. This is like something you would get off of Etsy and like pay extra for just to have in your game. And there is one for every single one of the paths here. It's not just one for each player. Each path has their own little treasure chest. I mean, I just cannot handle this. There are some large things here. So I've got a whole bunch of crystals, not in baggies, ladies and gentlemen, already in these really awesome containers. I love these containers. Stonemaier Games uses them. Here you can see dice that you're going to be rolling. And so this is going to be showing you where you are going to be hitting when you roll these dice. And so the various dice hit in various areas. So that's cool. Special dice. What do we got here? This is just a piece of paper for protecting stuff. I don't think we need that anymore. We have got, let's check out what we got here. So even more things, I guess just for packaging purposes, they had to fit stuff in this. Ooh. Oh my. So we've got some rings here. These are going to show you which direction the characters are facing, because direction does matter. So you're going to be able to pop these on here. You can see there's some for the double sized. There is, looks like these were supposed to be in here, but these are seriously heavy. They're like triple wrapped. This is pretty sure the currency in the game. And they're not just coins, they're like bars. And just a note, they put this in the Kickstarter announcement. One thing you're going to be looking for to keep track of something in the game is this right here. It blends in and it's the same material, but you're going to want to keep up with, you're going to want to know that is there. We've got 4 separate cubes here and 4 cubes here. I don't know what was supposed to go in here, but this appears to be okay. It survived. What else? There was more stuff in here. Oh, we got some more cubes. Here we have a track that you're going to be checking out or moving up as you combo things together, and then if you get this far you can take a free action, or if you need to spend the points to combo 2 things together, you can spend them. Same thing with the threat. Who you're fighting against will start working its way up, and it'll spend this threat based on the cards. So you might flip over a card and might say, well, if they've got 4, do this. If they've got 2, do this. If they don't have any, then do this, like run away or something like that. So if they can do the 4, they would spend it and reduce it all the way back down, and they'd have to earn it back up again. So little tracker for that. We have some sort of dial here. I don't know what this is. It's wooden though. It smells good. It smells like, you know, freshly cut wood. Bunch of little boxes to keep things. So we do have down here the Epic Hunt expansion. I did not go for the small bodies expansion. I just personally felt like I don't need to have a dwarf in my game. But I'm sure there's some people out there who would be very excited about that. So, oh my gosh. So what we have here is all of the maps. Let me see if I can get just the top one, just to get any of them out. They're really in there. Okay, that would help. Oh, nope, they're not even gonna let you spoil it. So, yeah, here, just very briefly, one later on, here you can see, here's all the grids. Here this is what you're gonna be moving your miniatures around on. But, I mean, look at this. This is a giant stack here, and they're gonna go in this special sleeve for big. They have different size maps. So this is the big map. And then even this giant thing has these tabs for active and inactive. So, you know, everything you just haven't touched is in the bottom. Anything that's been inactivated goes underneath, and everything that you're currently working in that space goes in the active spot. So, I mean, literally, like, they thought of everything. I don't think there is any sort of DIY or aftermarket storage solution needed for this game. If you come up with one, if you think about one, you let me know, because I don't think it's possible. All right, what else are we doing here? We have got, boom, do not open until directed, box large 1. I'm gonna guess that this has got some cardboard punch outs in it. We also have here's more, so medium-sized terrain. Here you can see just the bottom part there of one of them. And then we have small terrain. Again, so you're going to be piecing all these together, but everything is labeled. You're going to keep everything in order, and everything has its own spot there. Oh, we even have we have some dividers here. So extra dividers. I think these are going to go in these boxes here that are full of cards. We have so tons of maps. You thought that small little map triple layered section was all that we were going to be dealing with? No, there is an insane amount of maps that I'm pulling out of this box. All right, this is the Epic Hunt expansion. Again, there was only 2 expansions, 2 add-ons you could add to the game. Otherwise, everything that you're seeing here is going to be in this base game. So we'll take a look at this here in a little bit. We won't forget about it. Again, the only thing I did not pick up specifically was the Tiny Bodies add-on, which was really just giving you all of the figurines. I lost track of them. These here, not heads, no more heads, just a whole new set of bodies, but like little people sized, dwarf sized. So if you wanted to be Willow or something like that, you could be. All right, we have more. This is a whole nother box of just cardboard punch outs here. Then we have, these are all the cards. They're not in shrink. You're not gonna have to sort them. They're already sorted. Does have this thing here. They do give you dividers, but I mean, events, jobs, I don't know what that means, party, points of interest, NPCs, reference cards, traveling cards, foes, keywords, day cards, I mean, all of it. And then we're still going with our things, but you thought having a little tuck box and a little treasure chest was cool. Wait till you see what is in here, ladies and gentlemen. So you're gonna unsleeve these every time you sit down and play the game. Your portrait that you punched out earlier is gonna, all your name, title, character, and rank is gonna be sitting here, your level, your character, all your inventory, all your skills. All right, this is a dual layered board here. Everything is gonna sit down flat. This is also gonna be sitting in front of you. It's gonna show you what you're wearing, what you're holding. You'll have to mark down what your SP and MP is, or maybe you just start back when you start a new session. Here we also have, again, then a triple layer board, so that when I want to, and you can see the arrows here, so you'll start with discipline or smite or taunt or field repairs, and then in order to get to proud iron guard, you're gonna have to go, you know, taunt to protect, and then here. That's really the only way to get there. So a very specific path, but you can either dip into other paths to get their skills. So this is what's going to be filling in these areas here, but this is always going to be with you when you are done. All of your character specific stuff is just going to be melted into here so that nothing sticks up because it's dual layer. You're just going to take your character and you're going to slide it right back in this sleeve. I mean, brilliant. 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 Ooh, and again, there is one for each of these. And then in the very bottom of the box here, we have a DOS, do not open until directed. I'm actually going to cover that up again. And there we have box, large. Don't know what's in there. Lots of moving parts and stuff. All right, so I started putting everything back in, and I was taking out those cardboard pieces that were like also in there. I don't think I'm going to need this one, but it's interesting because everything appears to need to sit up above the height of the box. I'll need to check on this. There's instructions here, and I put everything back according to the instructions, but this one box here and this one box here on the end stick up higher. And like this one is sitting on something else on the bottom, the way it's instructed. All of this sits nice and level. So I'm thinking, you know, there was, what, 3 sheets of cardboard underneath it here, but don't throw away those spacers, because I don't think everything's going to fit like it should without them. Anyways, the last thing we wanted to cover here was the Epic Hunt expansion. And this says this mini expansion adds a set of unique hunts to the campaign focused on the mischievous creature on the box. This mini expansion also includes an alternate set of character skills available from the start of the campaign. So I'm assuming that this is the little gentleman that is going to be in this teeny tiny little tuck box here. But again, it's labeled and you're good to go. And we've got some cards here. I'm assuming these are for the hunt. And then skills that are already punched. So yeah, look at this. Like alternate human, alternate elf, forager, forager here. Oh, there we go, to master. So you would start on this side. Once you've mastered it, you would flip it over to this side. But yeah, so forager, determined for a halfling here, chef for brewmaster. Brewmaster, who is the brewmaster for? Oh, the dwarf. That's for brewmaster. Lunari gets rambunctious. The orc gets level-headed. The fellish gets likable. The slime gets weathered, and the fae gets ephemeral. So there you go. I guess I'm gonna open this one up because we know what this guy is. We're pretty sure we know what this is gonna look like. This is gonna end the video though. If you do not want to see what's in this tiny little tuck box, go ahead and turn the video off now. Be sure to like and subscribe on your way out. If you're curious as to see what this little guy is, this is going to be the only figure other than the character figures that we're going to show off today. But just wanted you guys to get some idea of, I mean, this is every single miniature in the game. It's going to look like this. I mean, blown away. So good. Yes, so we were right. It's basically the guy in the box, but it looks like the guy in the box. It's not gray plastic. It's not a cardboard standee. It is a pre-painted, beautiful miniature. So we're going to put all this stuff back in the box. And yeah, I'm not quite sure when we're going to be busting out this. Probably the hunt. And then probably save the other stuff for down the road after we have played through it once, I guess. So there we go. We're going to find a home for this little guy. I'm wondering, because obviously somewhere in here, if I had purchased the small bodies, they would fit in here somewhere as well. So maybe that's why I have all these additional spacers. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's going to do it for our unboxing of Arydia, the Paths We Dare Tread. Obviously, we're going to be showing some additional content on here. Maybe an update video on the how to store everything away, just to make sure you are doing it correctly. But again, don't throw away those cardboard spacers. Yeah, see, like this one, maybe I do need that cardboard spacer because, you know, I thought for a second, oh, that thing just doesn't seem to fit. But let's, like this one, the small fits into that one little spot. So I don't know, maybe that goes like that. But this one, let's get it back out of the trash pile. All right, so obviously this does need to go all the way down there like that, but that's fine if it's down there nice and secure. But this allows me to put all these in here. They're now exactly flush like they were, and I'm good to go. So yeah, don't throw these away. Again, we're gonna figure out where all this stuff goes. It needs a home. A lot of it's gonna go onto your player boards and be tucked into your, you know, your sleeved things. But yeah, so, oh, and look, this is a tiny little this is like an extra one. This does not go to a path. It's already filled with stuff. Awesome. Anyways, I'm done gushing. If you stuck around this long, thank you. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.